Still very much acting within the range, scope, boundary jurisdiction. Come alive, get on board on this sporting platform. Join me on Offside with Olalekan Efficient. On Offside, we give it to you the way you want it. We take it deep, we even go more deeper. We bring you the action, the excitement, where it's going down and how it went down. Join me on this super dial as I take you around the world of sports. For sponsorship and advert, you can call 070 35 41 51 92. Stay on Offside the smart way. Yes, fantastic time to all the listeners wherever you are hearing us from. Welcome to another edition of your favorite sport program, Offside with Olalekan Efficient. And of course, don't forget, it's your number one sports show where we talk about major things that is happening in the world of sport in the last 24 hours around the world. And of course, it's today, Tuesday, the 10th of April 2018. Of course, we're counting down to Russia 2018, the World Cup. It's 65 days to Russia 2018, that biggest football sporting event around the world. 65 days to Russia. Yes. We're going to look at how things are shaping up to make sure they have a very good campaign. Don't forget, Nigeria will also be part of this one, where we'll be taking on Argentina. We'll be taking on and some other things. And of course, we're going to tell you what is happening. But don't forget today as well that the second leg of Champions League, UEFA Champions League, our quarter-final second leg is going to take place today. We're going to see Manchester City. They will take on Liverpool, and of course, Roma will be hosting Barcelona. It wasn't a very good one for the home team, where Manchester City lost to Liverpool 3-0 at Anfield, and of course, Barcelona they tried to disgrace Roma with a 4-1 knockout. So let's see if the two home teams will be able to turn things around. But I think if there's going to be any surprises, it's going to be what is going to happen as far as at the Etihad Stadium. But for me, in Italy, in Turin tonight, I mean in Rome, I don't think there is much things to do because Barcelona will always take them to the cleaners. But all eyes will be on what is going to happen in Etihad Stadium today. Let's see if Pep Guardiola would bring in his magic tactics into work and see be able to turn things around. We'll all be there to see, and of course I'll be telling you what is going to happen as far as Team Nigeria at the Commonwealth Games. Don't forget, as we speak, sir, our Commonwealth Games is currently holding on in Gold Coast, Australia. Yes, for started April 4 and it's going to end next week, this week Saturday, this week Sunday, April 15th. I'm going to give you there's a lot of good news for Nigerians contingent. I've been able to see some medals in tennis and also in shot put, and then a little bit dicey in terms of whether Nigerian Ogunleye should be the one to take bronze in the 100 meters. But I'm going to tell you what happened. There's a picture that is not clear between him and Jurgen Blake of Jamaica. I'm going to go into details of that. But before we start the show for him, let's go on this very short break. And when we come back, Offside with Olalekan Efficient, kickstart for it. We'll be back after this time out. Of course, welcome back from that very short break. As I told you about that, it's going to be going down tonight. UEFA Champions League quarter-final second leg. Yes. A lot has been said about that game. It's a return leg between Manchester City and Liverpool. Yes, tonight at Etihad Stadium. Yes, indeed, we're going to see whether Manchester City Pep Guardiola will be able to turn the tables around. A defeated turn, that's a 3-goal deficit, and we're able to qualify for the semi-final. And of course, whether Roma will be able to do magic in the turf tonight, and see if they will be able to beat Barcelona and go through to the semi-final. Yes, we're going to wait just in the next few hours later today in the evening. But there have been talks from both camps. Guardiola says anything can happen. Anything can happen. City board will feel that he has a perfect plan to overcome Liverpool. Pep Guardiola admits that Manchester City have to play the perfect game if they are to pull off each Champions League surprise. The Blues head into the second leg of their quarter-final tie with Liverpool 3-0 down and needing miracles to keep intact the dream of reaching the QF final. Pep Guardiola still feels that City can produce an amazing comeback even after a morale-damaging derby defeat to Manchester United at the weekend. He stated, with Kevin De Bruyne, Kyle Walker, Sergio Aguero and Gabriel Jesus on the bench for that one, a clear indicator that he thinks the Liverpool tie is far from over. And his word at the pre-match press conference underlined the fact that he still believes in his team's capacity to turn it around. Pep Guardiola said that he has a plan, but he says his players need to execute it perfectly to overturn Liverpool. Of course, to go through, you have to make a perfect game, create the chances, and be clinical and concede few chances. He said all conditions will have to be perfect. The result is tough, but we have 90 minutes in football. Everything can happen. Yes, I believe that anything can happen as far as the Champions League is concerned. Of course, from the camp of the Liverpool, Virgil van Dijk said it's going to be for fire. It's going to be fire for fire. Yes, Liverpool defender Virgil van Dijk tell Liverpool to play Manchester City like the score is 0-0 with Champions League semi-final inside. Virgil van Dijk believed the best way for Liverpool to defend their Champions League advantage against Manchester City is by attacking them again. The Red traveled to the Etihad Stadium on Tuesday for the second leg of their quarter-final tie with 3-0 advantage over the last week remarkable first encounter. City will need to go on the offensive, and Liverpool defender Virgil van Dijk is concerned that sitting back up with protecting the lead will play into the hands of Manchester City. Of course, I believe it's a perfect one. You have to attack if there's going to be any need for Liverpool to make that one count. And of course, Salah is a good boost for this one. Mohamed Salah will be fit for this one. Yes. Mo Salah has returned to Liverpool training ahead of the Champions League second leg clash at Manchester City. Salah joined in the foot session less than a week after limping off the pitch with a growing problem during the 3-0 win at Anfield as the team faced off for the first time. He was last out onto the training pitch, working out alongside Virgil van Dijk, but looks in the good shape as he took part in the section. Salah is in contention to return to the lineup for Tuesday game. Liverpool decided against training at City Etihad Stadium ahead of the fixture. The Red took the training pitch at their Melwood base as opposed to the Etihad or another Manchester venue. City jumped on the opportunity to prepare for the Anfield leg by training on the pitch 24 hours before the game. Yes, we're going to see that one. It's going to be see what is going to offer. A lot of talk have been happening. Let me quickly take you to the statistics of what we might possibly expect. Liverpool, as far as Liverpool is concerned, the key statistics, Liverpool could become the first team to beat Manchester City 3 times in the same season since Manchester United in 2009 and 2010 season. As far as Manchester City is concerned, Manchester City have only lost one of their last 13 Champions League home games. They win 9 and they drew 3. Though it was in the last round against FC Barcelona when they win, they lost 1-2. The Reds are unbeatable. That means the Liverpool are unbeatable in their last 5 Champions League away games. They win 2 and they draw 3. The last went 6 without defeat on the road in the Champions between March to December 2005, during which time they won the trophy. And again for Liverpool have scored more goals than any other side in its seasons at Champions League. 31 goals. Manchester United 32, that was in 2000 and 2003 season, are the only English teams to score more in a single season of all the competition. And of course Liverpool also, James Milner have provided more assists than any other players in the Champions League this season, that is 7. Of course Cristiano Ronaldo has 17, has been directly involved in more goals in the competition. That's Roberto Firmino, 11 to 7 goals and 4 assists. Of course, the last one, which is more clearly, is that Jurgen Klopp has beaten Pep Guardiola more often than any other manager. 6 wins so far, so good. And Pep Guardiola has only lost both legs of a Champions League knockout once before with Bayern Munich and Real Madrid in the semi-final. Let's see whether these statistics will work. They said that history play a very key part on whatever is going to happen, but let's see if that one will make a count. Of course, all eyes will be on Liverpool team sheet to see if Salah is included. The Egyptians, who have scored 38 goals this season, with withdraw early in the second half of the first leg with a growing problem and missed a Saturday goalless draw with Everton. Klopp sounded reasonable confidence that Mohamed Salah will be one. Don't forget, we said that Mohamed Salah has been sighted in training with the Liverpool contingent. Of course, it's going to be a very good one, a nice cracker. We're going to experience a best of football. And of course, don't forget that that later tomorrow Real Madrid will be facing Juventus in that return leg of the quarterfinal. Ramos said let's finish off Juventus. Sergio Ramos called on his teammates, Real Madrid teammates, to finish off the tie against Juventus on Wednesday. That will be tomorrow. The Spanish champions lead 3-0 from the first leg in Turin. So only in an extraordinary first leg collapse they will prevent them from reaching the semi-final of the competition. They have won for the last 2 games in a row. This is also will be a wrap for the Madrid. Let's see another stories here. Don't forget, Barcelona will also be taking on Roma. They'll be traveling to Italy to see what they can get in Roma. And Valverde has been talking, the coach of Barcelona. Valverde said, forget the first leg. Barca coach insists that the tie isn't over. Barcelona coach Ernesto Valverde declared that we can't think we already won. It's hard to be decided ahead of tomorrow games against Roma. The Catalan Giants hold a 4-1 lead from the last week first leg, so they are heavy favourite to progress to the semi-final of the Champions League. It will be the same kind of game as the first leg, but they will have even more intensity. Valverde predicted in the pre-match conference, when you are behind, you immediately want to score to get back on track, and that is what I think they want to do. We will have to play good. A good match, though. We must be able to make sure that we match them as strength to strength. Yes. Still a Champions League. A month to talk about Champions League. Champions League is going to happen, and then a lot of things have been saying that let's see if it's going to go the same way when the first leg. And of course, the coach of Roma said that a miracle can still happen in football. The Roma boss has believed that a miracle can still happen in football as Serie A club seek to overturn 4-1 deficit tonight in Rome. Studio B Francesco asked Roma, while we can't make this miracle happen against Barcelona, and challenge his teammates to make sure they put in their best. Roma trailed 4-1 from the first leg of their Champions League quarter-final with Barcelona, but the coach of the side have put faith in Nigalona to lead their Galarossi past Catalan army, while confirming that his players will be ready to take on Barcelona on the match day. Playing at the Olympiacos is always a great responsibility, regardless of how many people are in the stand. The coach said in a press conference tonight, we will need a great response to the 4-1 defeat in the first leg. We also need to put everything we have. Sometimes we have lacked ruthless, which would have allowed us to even get better Of course, let me go on this very short break, and when I come back, I'm going to take you straight to our Gold Coast in Australia. Well, I will give you the full details of what is happening as far as Team Nigeria. And don't forget, it's still Offside with Olalekan.
Our leaders now Fwaika property. Oya mere musrapas Giacomaka poverty. Sometimes on a day for our fault. Our economy this summer stall. Your vote is your right before election. Man, after election, a football selection.
Of course, yes indeed. Welcome back from that very short break, and of course, let me take you straight to Gold Coast. And Australia has Commonwealth Games is in progress, and see how Team Nigeria is shaping up. Of course, we must say a good one. Yes, finally, Nigeria has finally been bringing in the medals, and everything is looking very good for Team Nigeria. And don't we expect more from them? But we can, of course, blame them because it's better late than never. Yes. But let me quickly go straight to this one. Nigerian win silver medal in table tennis. Yes, we have a first silver medal in table tennis, and Nigerian table tennis claimed the country's first medal at the ongoing Gold Coast 2018 Commonwealth Games by winning silver in the men's team event. Report made to the press said that Segun Toriola led the team. Team lost Monday final 3-0 to India, who claimed gold. Segun Abiodun lost the first match 3-1, that is 4-11 and 11-5, 11-4 and 11-9 to Sharat Achanta, while Toriola also suffered a 3-1 loss to another Indian at 10-12, 11-3, 11-3 and 11-4 defeat to Shetiya Gasakara in the double event in the pair of Bode Abiodun and Olajide Omotaya lost straight sets 11-8 and 11-5 and 11-3 to Amsit Desai at all an Indian contingent. But of course, you can't say silver is a very good one, and the coach of the side is saying that the reason why Nigeria lost to India, the coach of the Nigerian table tennis at the Gold Coast 2018 Commonwealth Games in Russia, Nelson Bello, has blamed fatigue and injury for their defeat in India in the final of the men's team event on Monday. India beat Nigeria 3-0 to claim gold, with Bello team claiming silver. We were fatigued as we only rested 40 minutes before the commencement of the final against India. Bello said Team Nigeria told the Team Nigeria media team that Segun Toriola had a muscle injury but still gave his best. The Indians played their semi-final in the morning and rested better than us. We played our semi-final early, rested before the final. The lack of rest affected us as far as Team Nigeria, and the top person, Aruna Kodri, who did not play in the team event, explained that he missed the contest because of illness. I was not feeling fine. I decided to recuperate and play the singles. Well, I was surprised that because I remember yesterday in the morning Nigeria was still playing in the semi-final, and then I got to know that later in the evening they are also in the final with India, of course, but we can't not blame them. Fatigue is very important, but good one for the team for having silver, putting Nigeria on the medals table. And of course, let me quickly go to this one. As far as the 100-meter race is concerned, Oguneye denied 100-meter bronze by Young Blake. As Obi said, some Baba battle for the Hamas triple jump medal. Seyi Oguneye dreams of picking a medal in his first major international outing for Nigeria was dashed on Monday evening when he was picked to a bronze medal by former IAAF World 100 meters champion Young Blake of Jamaica. Oguneye, son of Omoba Kingsley Adeseye Oguneye, former Nigerian Minister of Works, and also ran 10.19 second personal season's best in the final, but it wasn't enough as Blake came from behind to catch him at the final line. The Jamaica also clocked 10.19 seconds, but his reaction time at 0.139 was better than that of Oguneye, 0.143, and the Jamaica was subsequently awarded the medal, his first ever games. Nigerian other representative in the final, Enoch Adegoke, seems overwhelmed by the occasion as he was left behind at the block to come in the last 10.35. The Nigerian duo has been tipped to follow in the footsteps of their predecessors at the 1990, 2002, and also 2006 games, who provided 2 and more finalists, with one of them reaching the podium. Whereas I saw the clip of Ogunleye and Young Blake, and I thought Ogunleye was ahead of Young Blake, but taking a closer look, I think experience counted for Young Blake here. He's been there before. He has been with the Olympic, and then Ogunleye making his debut appearance. I think next time we'll be able to do better. And of course, good one for Nigeria again, as Ekwechi grabbed shot put silver for Nigeria, becomes third Nigerian man to make podium in the event. US-based Chukwuka Enekwechi fulfilled his expectation on Monday evening when he hurdled a massive 21.14 meters personal best to win the silver medal in the shot put event at the ongoing 2018 Commonwealth Games Gold Coast in Australia. Enekwechi, who threw himself into the national record in last July with his 21.07 meters effort, showed glimpse of what to expect in the final when he hurdles 20.66 meters to come second in the qualifying round behind eventual champions Thomas Walsh of Australia, whose 22.5 meter effort shattered at the games record. In the final, the Nigerian improved his 21.07 personal best by much as 7 centimeters in the third round after opening his challenge with 20.25 meters. He improved to 20.50 meters in the second round before joining Walsh as the only two shot putters in the field to hit 21 meters and above. Another silver for Nigeria in that one. Yes, of course, let me quickly take you to this one coming from the camp of the Tigers. The Tigers to battle Scotland for semi-final ticket after losing 97.55 points in the last group games on Monday. Nigerian men's basketball team, the Tigers, will play Scotland on Wednesday morning in a bid to qualify for the semi-final stage at the 2018 Commonwealth Games holding in Gold Coast, Australia. Describing losing all their preliminary games according to report made available to the press, New Zealand defeated the Nigerians at 110-65 points in their opening games, while they lost 82-67 points to Canada in their second games and got beaten 97-55 points by the host nation Australia and their final group games on Monday. But with the rules guiding the games in the 2015 FIBA AfroBasket Champions still have a lifeline to remain in the competition and also compete for a medal. According to the rules guiding the competition, top 2 teams from Group A, which are Australia and New Zealand, have qualified for the semi-final stage, while the last 2 teams, which are Canada and Nigeria, have been paired against top 2 teams from Group B, which is considered a weak group that needs to be developed. With the pair in Canada, who came third in the Group A, will meet England for a semi-final ticket, while Nigerian D Tigers will face Scotland. Winners between Nigeria and Scotland will face either Australia or New Zealand in the semi-final, while the winners between Canada and England will also advance to the last 4 stage. After losing all the 3 games in the preliminary stages, Nigeria finished first round with 3 points in Group A, while Scotland top Group B with 6 points. The match will be played at the Calvin Convention Center Wednesday. That will be tomorrow. Let's wish the Tigers a better outings, and let's see if they were able to make that one count, seize the opportunity and to beat Scotland and qualify if there's any chance for them to win any medal. That's why we'll be going as far as Offside is concerned today. Next time I'll be coming your way with another top news of what happened in the world of sport. Until then, I want to say thank you for listening. Bye for now.